I have been avoiding this question for the longest time. I'm finally going to tell you why I don't play Ark anymore. Now, the obvious answer is that burnout is a part of it, and that is a part of it, but it's a bit deeper than that. And we'll touch on that later in this video. But yeah, it's one of the biggest questions I get. Why did I stop playing Ark? Will I play Ark 2? Will I ever play Ark again? Will I ever do Dark Assassin again? Will I ever do Rick Fastly videos? Now, over the past years, it's something that even myself has questioned myself. After years of thinking, I've finally come to a conclusion. No, I will never play Ark Survival Evolved again. Now, that being said, that doesn't mean I'll never play Ark again, and I'll get into that more here soon. From the time I started playing Ark to the time I stopped making videos, that was a total of 7 years. The first 1 to 2 years, I was actually playing Ark before I even made videos. Yes, there was a time when I was actually playing Ark. I was a noob taming dodos, a grunt picking at stone for the tribe. It was super fun in the beginning. One of my favorite memories is completely skipping work for the day because I wanted to build a giant turret tower made of metal. And I think this was on like a 5x server. I spent 10 plus hours on it just for the enemy tribe to destroy the generator, disabling the turrets. Then they used our own turret tower right on top of our base as a vantage point to snipe us. I was helping them. It sucked to see my turret tower I spent so much time on destroyed so easily and used against us. But that is one of my most fondest memories, I guess, because I grinded and I made everything myself. I grinded for the turrets, the bullets, built the entire structure just to be used against us in the end. But it is still one of my most vivid memories. At some point after that, we discovered that Ark might be a good game to make cinematic videos out of. Ark, it looks pretty good as a game, at least at the time it did. And it had spectator mode, so I could get some pretty cool shots of the game and make stories out of it, which before that, I had some decent experience doing. None of you probably know this, and this is the first time I'm ever saying this, but I used to make videos on Machinima, and if you were playing Halo 3 or Call of Duty back in the Machinima days, you might have seen a few of my videos. The Machinima days are a whole nother story. If you want to hear about my time in Machinima, let me know in the comments. But anyway, eventually it got to a point where I was only jumping on Ark to make videos, which was fun for a while. I had a blast being a server owner, growing a community, making videos, coming up with fun ideas for stealth using all the different weapons and items in Ark. Creating all these different stories with the Dead Deli community was something I have never seen done before. The Dead Deli community really just kind of formed its own identity, which was really cool to see. But yeah, everything Ark involved, eventually it just got old. I got to a point where I would just get an ick every time I opened the game. And I never used the word ick, by the way. But that word just explains how I was feeling. And it seemed like Ark was going downhill. Not in just the choices they were making, but the game itself just seemed to become more unstable, which was super annoying. There was a time I was trying to open Ark, but I just kept getting errors or crashes, and it just made my frustration and ick for the game even worse. Like, why is the game 500 gigs? Can somebody explain why is it 5? Or why do I need a whole nother hard drive for this game? But yeah, simply put, I just got burnt out on it after playing it for 7 years. I also explained in my other video how I just kind of grew out of my character. And I won't go into detail on that because I did in another video already. So if you want to see more on that, click the video in the card on the top right. So I would see comments telling me how much they wanted me to continue with Ark and what I was doing, the Dark Assassin, and continue with the new DLCs. And I tried really hard to reignite that spark to continue making videos on Ark, but it just seemed the more I tried, the more ick feeling just kept appearing. And as that feeling got worse and worse as I was trying to reignite that spark that just wasn't there anymore, thus reinforcing the feeling of, oh, my time making videos on here has come to an end. I can no longer deliver on what my subscribers have subscribed for. The chapter ends here, as so I thought. I just figured it was just unhealthy for me to keep forcing myself to continue with Ark as it no longer was fun for me. I wasn't having fun doing it towards the end. I figured I have to let go of what used to fulfill me so I can make room for something new that will grow, challenge, and evolve me. Naked Zombo Survival Evolved. I didn't just want to be an Ark YouTuber. I didn't want to be tied to a game that I just couldn't stand anymore. I have very many interests and hobbies and work outside of YouTube, and I wanted to take a shot at those. And I think that was a big part of what was missing. I felt like I wasn't progressing, developing. It felt like I was just going through the motions. But I always had Naked Zombo in the back of my head because it was one of the most fun and creatively fulfilling times of my life. But still, even with that, I was enjoying pursuing the new interest I was involved in and still continue to enjoy it. I've also heard that Ark has been in the shitter now with Snail's game, which is super unfortunate because Ark it has a lot of potential. I guess Snail Games is just trying to milk the living cum bucket out of this game. Like, how much more can you milk out of this thing? It is dry spelling right now. Just is coming out of it. So that just makes me not want to play it also. But I will say I am not opposed to playing Ark 2. I'm actually pretty excited about it, and I hope it's good. I'll probably try it out when it's finally released. Just don't expect me to be doing the same things I was doing before. Again, I want to evolve and change and try different things, which is what I kind of want to do with this channel now. And now we're going to get into what I plan to do with this channel from here on. My pseudo plan now here on YouTube is to try different things. I want to make videos on things that I genuinely have fun with and make videos for people and the supporters, you guys that really just fuck with me, that really just support me and not me tied to a game. I want to focus less on pleasing the YouTube algorithm gods and just becoming more of myself. And honestly, I'm not quite sure what that is yet. So it'll be a ride for you and I if you continue to follow me. And if you don't like where I'm headed with this channel, I understand. Feel free to unsubscribe. It was a great time, but you know, things change, people change, I've changed, you've changed, but we're all still here. And I think an appropriate quote for this is, "Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened." I want us all to evolve and grow in our own unique personal ways. You can call it Zombie Salami Evolve because that's where we're at now. That's our mission, is to become the best version of ourselves, because in that we'll find happiness and fulfillment, and also hardcore epic gaming. And we'll be able to help and support the people we love around us indirectly or directly. I want that positive energy that comes from us to affect everybody around us without us even trying. And those old videos will always be there for us to look back on and get that warm, nostalgic feeling, which is kind of crazy that my videos are now nostalgic. Like, that's next level of feeling old. But I totally accept the title of Unk you guys have been giving me in the comments. But yeah, I even go back to my own videos to watch sometimes. I've been doing reaction videos to the older videos, and those have been pretty fun to go back and watch with you guys, and it seems like you guys are enjoying it. So I'll probably continue with that while also figuring out uploading new original content. Not too sure what to put out there yet. I'm just kind of freeballing it. But one of the things I wanted to do is put existential, I don't know if that existential, maybe that's not the word, but just thought-provoking content out there like I did with the Find Your Purpose video. Because I think about these things a lot, and it's just fun to talk about, and it feels good to put that energy out into the world to people who will listen, or people who are looking for that. I also don't want to make it seem like I'm officially back on YouTube. I just feel like making videos right now, and there's some thoughts I want to get out there. I'm dipping my toes back in, testing things out and doing it in a different way. Yeah, hopefully that explains a lot. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I might do a Q&A video and your comment could be included in that. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.